We have our standoff again. Hey! Our Shia is parked in the parking space. Maybe it's just the new neighbor who sits in his car all day with the headlights on all night. It could be. But since the gang stalking began, things have gotten weird. I said I would walk over here, but they're definitely not going to make good on their death threats. They're just going to torture me. Torturing you is the way. Not aware that that was the way. Oh. That's when I read the Bible. It's like, God, did you condemn me? I'm not forever captive forever. A priest of the order of Melchizedek. Hey, dude, that's dumb. Okay. How seriously do you want me to take? Oh, a man's killing a man again. Whoop-de-doo. We tried that one before, boys. Anyway, who knows? Spiritual warfare between corpses. Who knows? Well, anyway, your government's been infiltrated. I say your government because it's all governments have been infiltrated by secret cult cabal of triangle finger people who purposely poison babies in the sky and food and water with neurotoxins. Neurotoxins make your brain soft, make you a less pleasant person, make you easily agitated, easily suggestible, make you less grounded in reality and more prone to accept their weird woo-woo witchy stuff. Black people, you're not fighting with white people anymore. Don't you think we can fix that with a hoax police execution just in time for election cycles so that you don't pay any attention to very nuanced, complicated, world-shattering things where they're running bribes and running corruption everywhere? And they're very clever. Hey. Well, anyway, all that goes on in the gang stalk torture land. I just made a long video where I pointed out in my TikTok feed while I was having some personal time. You gotta forgive me. I got the herpes. I don't date. It's a pretty sexy girl, pretty sexy, woman, like 20-something-year-old. And then CIA feed. Here's 2 women wrestling. Now here's 2 13-year-olds wrestling. Like mid-excitement. They're very clever. They're very on the down low with their evilness. Again, my TikTok feed for a while was just scroll through and it'd be like 12, 13, 4, 3. And I'd scroll again and be someone else being like 11, 9, 14. It was what size child can we get you into, put you into our cabal? So anyway. The Bible says the beast make the harlot desolate. The beast gotta do his best job to make harlot desolate. But again, I just don't believe those things, because I don't believe in evil winning. I don't believe in non-goodness winning. I say, well, God made everything and he made creation to kind of be awesome. He didn't make it so, oh, get me this. Okay. Yes, God. Okay, give me this. Okay, yes, God. Okay, give me this. Okay, yes, God. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I don't think any healthy, normal person treats it like that. Hey. They do covert things like pipe music into 7-Eleven. They move their money to attack me. Now we can put on our Freemason Illuminati music whenever he goes and tries to relax. Hey. So whatever. To me, it's just people being stupid. Hey. There you go. There's one of the terms. It's a song about candy. We were just having a conversation about those are their code words. Missing you and candy. Anyway, the cabal cult controls all that they can. Uses it for spiritual voodoo, witchcraft. No, that's right. Probably in an hour. Thanks, man. Well, anyway. I read the Bible and I read the book of Job. I say, oh God, how could you? I'm gonna say, oh, Orion, that's a very specific name. I find the cruelest people are. Yeah, we killed the 10-pointer. I mean, on some level you gotta live, but I don't know. No idea. I'll say God because I need hope against this demonic stuff, but I don't know. I don't know which way is up. All I can say is keep yourself from anything evil and anything cruel or violent, or make sure you check yourself because there's a special club of evil people out there guided by what, Leviathan or something. I have no idea. I know they were target painting and saying Lucifer, but I still don't know. I just don't know. Trouble is with demonic stuff, like, you can't trust the label, you know? Like the Freemasons say, oh, we worship Lucifer, and Lucifer is Jesus, and we worship Lucifer, but like they do exactly everything that Jesus said not to do, so. So who knows? Who knows? For my part, I don't think anybody originally was worshiping anybody. That seems like Egyptian god stuff. Bring us food, smaller one. I go with Lloyd Pye over there. Maybe it was genetic engineering to make a slave race that they wanted to be weaker. Maybe that's where Yahweh stepped in and said, oh, these are my people and they're doing these awful things to these younger ones. Maybe it was something like that. And then Yahweh said, oh, I'll take them under his wing. I'm speculating, but and protect them and show them better ways and that they can be better and show up his own people, and his own people like, oh, those are natural beasts made to be caught. Could be like that. Could be some opposite of that. I don't know. All I know is I was happily playing video games. I would have happily died 60, 70, 80 years old. Knew that I had enough money because my dad worked real hard. As long as I didn't do anything in life, I had enough for a $14 video game subscription every month. My big plans in life were my best friend keep coming over every day. We keep watching TV every day. We keep watching Jon Stewart and laughing at the stupidity of the world. Well, they had other plans for me. So once we attack him, they had other plans since I was a youngin'. 10 years old when they had the, hey, you want to have sex with my child? Guy infiltrate my family. The, hey, little boy, you want to watch Lust in the Dust, little 9-year-old? While we're babysitting you. Hey, little boy, this is how you cheat at Clue. That guy infiltrated my family. And then they came and attacked me 23 years later. And, so that guy infiltrated my family. They came and attacked me. I was pissed. And my dad brought me to his house and he said, oh, he finally gets it. Does this mean I get a house like this? And he pointed to the mansion on his wall. And then he got all weird voodoo with his dog. It's like, you've got to establish your control over them. This is evil voodoo witchy stuff. But you know, he's just some dude who's confused about stuff, I guess. Hey, but he offered me sex with his child. His adult child, but someone I'd known since his birth. And I was like, what kind of club are you running at? Like, what did you do to your son that you could just offer me sex with him? Oh, what's she gonna do? My trouble is there's no winning in this sort of fight. There's only bad outcomes. I don't know who God is. I don't know how to cross rainbow bridges for people. If I did, I'd be like, oh yes, well, actually, the Buddha says. And I'd be annoying about it. People are like, shut up about Buddha. I'd be like, no, rainbow bridge, Buddha. And if I was sure it was Jesus, I'd be like, no, it's fucking Jesus, man. You gotta get with him. If I was sure it was Yahweh, I'd be like, look, I don't know. He doesn't seem to hate me because I don't keep kosher, but... But anyway, all unreasoned reactions, because unreasonable people want unreasonable things, and they think they have a right to unreasonable things. But yeah, I'm about done. I'm about cooked. Trying to heal myself up. Be a more effective, oh yeah, I strongly feel against what you're saying. It's the only reasonable way to handle things, right? But anyway, maybe it's what Gabriel said, and I've just gotta eat this, and then it'll be sweet. If that really happened. Again, I don't know. Written 200 years after the fact. I don't know. Bizarre. Warfare I can't put a handle on. Warfare I can only say, alright, you guys are assassins and murderers, and you know I live at 6 Lydia Street, Valley Stream, New York. 11580. I go for walks alone at night. You don't impress me. You don't even intimidate me. You people do not look like God, especially not when you attack me. I used to appreciate people so much. Be with my friends up in New York and be like, oh, those dumb hicks. I'm like, oh, they're people. I like them. They're friendly and funny. Yeah, he was a rapist, but he was probably raped when he was a child. He's probably abused by his parents. It's not his fault. I think that's what they had to beat out of me. That's what they couldn't have. King David St. Francis. Simon Peter Daniel saying. That's all the past lives they've given me a handle on. Now I got the ill song that I don't trust the source of. And it says, I say Davies Constantine, nah. And I say, yeah. So they were trying to call me Constantine, and that would have been like, ah. Like, oh, I might have done that. Is that me? But Mozart's Requiem said no. Or is it Mozart's Requiem or Beethoven's Ninth or something? Hey! Oh shit, Jesus. All these Lion songs, I wonder. Isn't there anybody good out there? Hey. They're supposed to be higher, helpful. God's supposed to be higher and helpful. Hey, God, now I just have too much fun with this. I don't know. There go the Indian songs. I was watching The Wire. The Indian songs keep informing on them. But this is my trouble. It's like purporting to be from God, and it says they. You're supposed to be the God of everybody? I'm so confused. But the Indian song says, they say, little nearer, and they're higher. And I'm like, yeah, that does sound like them. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, even if the good side's losing, I gotta be on the good side, because I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I get when I'm tortured, I say, no, please stop, but when the torture stops, I recompose myself. I'm not asking you for help anymore. You're torturing me. So anyway, all that goes on, and none of this is like if you'd have met me 20 years ago, it would have been like, yeah, I think the Iraq war is stupid. I don't believe in it. If you'd have met me 20 years ago, I would have thought myself boring, because I would have been thinking about my World of Warcraft character, and I know people are disinterested in that sort of thing. If you'd have met me 20 years ago, I would have said, you want to go out to eat at a diner? I don't like sitting down and eating. Can't we just get a pizza, watch some TV? Something like that. Instead, look what a terrible person he is, as we rape his brain out and cook his brain out. And they do it to everybody. They cook everyone's brain out. They poison every baby with neurotoxins. If there's any kind of spiritual blindness going on, then surely make sure we get neurotoxins into every child. Make sure we get neurotoxins in the sky, food, and water. It'll make the world a living hellscape. I don't like it. It's no fun. To me, life is about fun and goodness and happiness, and it used to be. Hey, you'd be a good person. You're good. You'd be happy. Now it's all these demons gonna carry me off to hell, God. And then I get the Indian songs. Says they talk of Sheila. Why my young go yellow? They don't just talk about it. They're like brain snakes and stuff. So I'm like, I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything. I don't believe in factions. Surely in the beginning everybody was friends, right? I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, they were just jumping on my private time, saying, "Look, woman, child." Ah! And that's they like conditioning. They like controlling things, because they're, when you have a clear conscience, you're not afraid of death. You're not afraid of things. Once you're doing evil stuff, evil things have you, and they're controlling you with fear or whatever. And you get very lost and confused. You say, we need to control all these things. And the people doing evil, I don't know how you want to label it, evil people or people doing evil. I would try to correct myself and say people doing evil. I don't know, I hate all this stuff because I don't have a grasp on it. I'm just fighting blind. But they do human dog fighting, They do. We run a false flag here, and they'll fight them, and then they'll hate them, and then we'll use that so that they look like bad guys because they want to attack them. And you see the Dearborn, Michigan stuff, and like, the Muslims are taking over. Like, you just killed 15 million of them. They weren't bothering you. You guys clearly know what targeted assassinations are, because you do it all the time. You didn't just assassinate Saddam Hussein. It's not the way I would have handled it, but I had a good Christian upbringing. I would have handled it with, you need to go talk to this guy. But anyway, all I'm saying is, they do ultimate evil and get people doing ultimate evil to other people, and then they wonder why people fight. And people have reactions. Like, how many good sane people do you know that like lose their mind when someone cuts them off in traffic? You compare that to, he just killed his cousin, mother, brother, sister, and father. He's a violent man. He wants to kill us for some reason. Next on the news, evil Muslims. You're kind of cheating here. Israel with the apartheid state. I know it's myopic because I go myopic when I'm when I'm looking at things one way, but take their houses, take their homes, take their land, and then say, "Oh, we were rocket attacking us. You're very violent people." And again, that's not on Jewish people. Jewish people scrambling after World War II, like, "Ooh, we gotta get the fuck away from all this." And I'm sure the evil forces use that and be like, they will kill you whenever they can. Build yourself a mighty nation state. That's the way I look at things. Hopefully God looks at them higher and has better ideas. Heaven, God, who? I don't know. Who knows? Hey. For my part, I grew up in pre-9/11 land where people were friendly to people. They started this giant global fever with their false flag war on terror. Hey, don't let them win by getting away with, we made you fight, now you'll keep fighting. It's very easy to be peaceful, kind, compassionate. When it's and people say like your attitude determines your latitude. Like, not if you're working in the iPhone factory. And you feel suicidal. It's hard to have a good attitude while you're getting mugged. But anyway, there's all that. Who knows? This is just me complaining. I ain't got a handle on it. I don't like any of these responsibilities. It probably was really easy to be responsible for Israel back in the day when everybody's like, yes, God, and we do what God said. I say, yes, go do what God said. And I say, oh, very good at this. Now I grew up a happy atheist. And I was like, I don't want to bother with it. I don't know what's going on over there. Jesus, are you going to help me? Yahweh, are you going to help me? No? Anybody? All right, Buddha? Ganesh? But anyway. Not supposed to do the evil stuff. Not supposed to wind people up so they fight back, so you look like the good guys when they fight back. Not supposed to do that. That is broken and backwards. Not supposed to run false flags, not supposed to run bioterrorism, not supposed to... not supposed to hurt people, not supposed to say, oh, well, you're lazy. So you're moving the bar, right? Everybody had everything they need, and now you're like, oh, but you need to make more transistors for poopy shoots. Poopy shoots need transistors now? Yes, you're lazy for not working. What are you guys building over there? It's the beast system. Why are you building it? I don't know. We just built it. I don't know. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. This is where I say, am I checking out as a higher thing? At least I checked out. Hey. But, who knows? Maybe tomorrow will be peaceful people without all the insanity. Maybe tomorrow I'll be happy people without all the insanity. My thing is, like, I don't know how to deal with the brain demons and stuff. It's just you try and, like, make things better for people, but then you still got brain demons. Like, I feel like this is the true problem. Is there's free-range brain demons out here. Oh, anyway. I'll say brain demons. I don't know. Snakes, scorpions, lions. I have no idea which one's the accurate. Hey. I do not know. Hey. I know when I feel stuck one way, I go asking for help some other way. It's my big secret. Hey. Whoever inspired the little Keep Hope in St. Francis song knew that much about me. I don't hope in that, but are you sure that's what I'm supposed to hope in? Can you tell me something else? So I do not know. For my part, though, I do remember goodness. I remember being a good person, having good intentions. I remember whatever goodness is, it's looking for the goodness of everybody. It's just part of the goodness is, I think, not bothering people, not being in people's shit. So, but they say you're in our shit, and I say you came and attacked me. You showed me that you're killing people wantonly, and I thought I could stop it. It turns out I can't stop it. I just don't know what to do with it. Hey. To me, the way is that guy likes to play baseball. I'm fine with that. That guy likes to play football. I'm fine with that. Okay. That guy wants to fly a kite. That guy likes his books. That's fine. Go do that. But being bioterrorist Nazis who run secret cult stuff and cook people's brains with EMF poisoning and do bioterrorism to mask it and poisoning babies, poisoning the sky, poisoning food, water, running gang stalk torture programs. I feel like that's wrong. And if people paid any attention to politics, then the good politicians would have backup, and they wouldn't, like post 9/11, Senator Daschle and Leahy got nailed anthrax, and I'm sure they just all of a sudden realized it was bigger than them and shut up and let the Patriot Act go through or something. But they were the two that were like leading opposing it. That shredded the Constitution, that removed civil liberties and civil rights, and people actually paid attention to politics, then it would be a lot harder for the bad guys to be like, yeah, nobody's even watching me, It wouldn't happen. You wouldn't have all the hurt people who were easily weaponized to hurt people because they wouldn't be hurt. And they'd be like, oh, no, life is good. No, people don't hurt people. But that's just the way I think. Or like to think. I don't wind up thinking that way usually. I usually wind up in despairing, evil torture programs. Turns out. So who knows? But seeing way too many people with way too big complaints living like super luxury lives. Way too many people not appreciating what they have. I had my Christian friend. It's like, you don't appreciate how much you have. I did. I fucking appreciated the shit out of it. I had nothing, and I was so happy. I had a room to sleep in. There was no air conditioning in the summer, and it sucked. But I had no responsibility. I was very happy. Hey, I'm not appreciating the demon mind control torture. Like, I've become less appreciative under demon mind control torture. And electronic mind control torture. I'm sure in the CIA basement. This guy's crazy. There's no such thing as demons. He just thinks that because we cooked his brains out. But you see it. You see it in those lobotomy videos. The people who are thrashing and angry and like, get away from me. And then they give them a lobotomy, and then it's there, and they're not home anymore. It's that's what I've got in my life due to cigarettes and mind control torture and systematic shaming and systematized child molestation and me looking at everything all at the same time and thinking, okay, this has all got to be from God. Well, ooh, you're torturing me bad. Hey, apparently I misplaced some brains over here. So anyway, I've solved the riddle. Solved the riddle that only a person with heart could solve. The Jewish people say that the world came into existence for the sake of the righteous, and then there's people running around like, yes, that means they'll all be our slaves. Like, no, like for the sake of the righteous. Like, well, the righteous would have been sad. Like, that's the only way you could look at that and say, if for the sake of the righteous would have been like, we gotta help them anyway. And I'm sure that could be. That I would believe. I can't believe it's all this other evil stuff. But anyway, there's good guys left in Congress. There's decent people doing bad things because they think it's good and because they're in extreme circumstances. And these are all the nuanced things of justice that Club Evil knows to apply to their own people, but only do it after they indoctrinate them into, oh, Club Evil is the way. And if you're outside of it, they just torture you. I said, no, I don't think you guys are the ones that invented that, because you're cruel people, and if you were with God, you wouldn't have showed up attacking me. You would have showed up and be like, oh, hey, we'd like to come help you. Oh, that was nice of you. Instead, it was like, we got you. Now we will super mind control, torture you, and shame you. Oh, this is very bad stuff. Anyway, I'm running out of memory on my phone in 20 seconds. Hey.